And so it was. Sophisticated from every angle, it was a white-on-white masterpiece that barely needed a filter. Whenever Elle needed a boost, she would open her fridge. The giant French-doored beast was stacked with shiny, labelled containers. Everything was in its place, so there was no need to rummage around. Kale, spinach, rocket, all in identical Tupperware with lids in primary colours. Then the grains, the proteins, the sliced fruit for the boys. The fridge was the opposite of the ones in the kitchens of her childhood. From whichever council pick-up those appliances had come, they all had blackened corners and cracked plastic shelves that sagged under the weight of her dad's half-slab. All the kids knew never to take anything from a fridge without a suspicious poke and sniff. Discarded apple halves, open yogurt pots with peeled-back lids, half-eaten cans of beans, hard-edged cheese ends, and always a curdled last inch of milk. Elle's own fridge had a compartment just for plucked grapes that had been washed and chilled in the crisper. Her boys, should they grow tall enough or behave well enough to be allowed, could help themselves to crunchy, fresh goodness day and night. And one day, she felt sure, they would. Her sons wouldn't share her secret fetish for poor people food, as she and her sister had called it. Baked beans, packet mac and cheese, 2-minute noodles, tin spaghetti, salt, slop, fat. It tempted and disgusted her in equal measure. Whereas the labelled tub of kimchi on the middle shelf, it made her feel virtuous, in control, beyond temptation. So the brownies were in the bin. Elle's kitchen was a reminder of how far she'd come. "Want me to do anything else before I go?" asked Kate from the doorway. "I've laid out the boys' clothes for the next 3 days in the dressing room, and we're scheduled through till Tuesday lunchtime." Kate never came into the kitchen. Elle hadn't made an explicit rule, but she knew people familiar with the house could sense the force field around her showpiece. Any interloper was bound to put something in the wrong place. Any foot aside from Elle's on the polished concrete floor felt like a child's muddy hand on a fresh white summer dress. "I think we're good, Kate. How's it looking?" "Reach is down a little bit, but to be honest, recipes aren't going as well as the Holmes posts at the moment." Kate was Elle's social media manager, an unofficial au pair. 21 and vibrating with ambition, she had practically stalked Elle, working for free until she was invited to stay. A girl from Sydney's western suburbs who wanted what Elle had, influence and an expensive wardrobe. She tried to style herself on the boss, spending most of each day tapping away at the phone and laptop in her no-name activewear. What Kate didn't know about social media hadn't been thought of yet, but as an au pair, she'd had a lot to learn. Elle had made it clear to Kate that her boys were on a strict daily routine. On day 2, she'd come home from a photo shoot to find Kate feeding them spaghetti bolognese in front of canimals. That was nipped in the bud with a printed-out hourly schedule of exactly where Freddie and Teddy should be at any given moment, along with what they should be doing and the foods they should be eating. "Don't use your initiative when it comes to the boys," Elle had told Kate firmly. "Just follow the rules." "I'll be home before 11, Kate was saying now. "I think tomorrow's outfit post is going to go gangbusters." Elle had recently started a daily post to showcase her son's outfits. At 2 and 3, Elle's Irish twins were, she recognised, at the pinnacle of their cuteness, with their overgrown black curls and their mother's green eyes. She could barely keep up with the parcels of free clothes that streamed through the door. Tiny polo shirts and hipster tees, boat shoes and cargo shorts, skinny jeans and drop-crotch leggings, hats and scarves and socks and satchels, all of which would have looked perfectly acceptable on a grown man at a creative agency in Brunswick. The only things missing on her 2 little #dudes were the beards. She'd dedicated a whole room to their wardrobe, outfits chosen well in advance and recorded on a Polaroid board before posting to keep track of sponsorships and avoid double-ups. It was almost a full-time job to curate and record the boys' aesthetic. It's Prince George meets Harry Styles was how Elle and Kate described it to interested PRs. Elle knew her sons were on the edge of rebellion about the now weekly shoot. Adrian, too, had his reservations about the boys' photos. After all, he was a 47-year-old man who had, before he'd met Elle, considered fashion to be 2 things, a suit in the week and a polo shirt on weekends. But the engagement was too good to lose.